setting up the stream now. And let's see. And it's going there. Okay. Let us see here. And we are live. Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining the call, Satapa Mataji, today. And what words are we reading?
It's 1.12.
Let us check and see what does our computer tell us here. 1.12, perfectly right. Okay, so let's get started after these brave prayers to the spiritual master. Om Jnana Timarandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So let's see who all have joined us here. So we have Priya Mataji, Suruchi Mataji, and Sutapa. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to start sharing my screen. And let us see. Here we go. And yeah, I'm just getting a call. Sorry. Okay. Here we go. Let me pay my respectful obeisances also to those who are watching us online here. And let's get going. Give me a second. The stream now. Okay. And let's see. Got there. Okay. Here we go. Nanda Pranam, Shraddha-devi Dasi Mataji. And an order in which they appear, I do not know. So Tapa, I saw her first. And then I saw Priya and Suruchi in some order. So we'll just go like that. Suruchi here. Okay, first of all, happy Mother's Day to all of you. Anybody who's here in this world has a mother for sure. So here we go. And today we are going to do verse number 12 from the Bhagavad-gita of the first chapter, which is observing the armies in the battlefield. And I think I momentarily saw our Sadhana Mataji, but she dropped off. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to do 12th verse, and which is talking about Bhishma Pitamaha. And prior to that, we had Duryodhana, who was observing the armies first of the Pandavas on the Pandava side, because he considered them to be his enemies. So first check out your enemies and then look at the strength that you have to encounter the enemy that we have there. So Duryodhana, thinks about his enemy, about his army and the other army, and so on and so forth. And then in the previous verse that we did last time, he had mentioned that everybody, ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagam avasthita, right? Bhishma eva abhirakshantu bhavanta sarva eva hi. So he said that wherever you are standing, whether you are in a strategic position or not in a strategic position, you should take care of Bhishma Pitamaha and make sure that he's protected. And so obviously, there are many reasons why Duryodhana was saying that. One, of course, is that he's grandfather, and so he's old, and so he needs to be protected. And of course, in the heart of his hearts, he also had this fear that Duryodhana was not 100% lock, stock, and barrel on the sides of the Pandavas. He really wanted to be, not on the side of the Kauravas, although he was fighting on behalf of them. So, but then what Bhishma Pitamaha does is, and then he's a grandfather, and so he can't bear to see, because of familial affections, he cannot bear to see his grandson, or not exactly his grandson, but whatever, grandnephew, be in that situation. So he goes and then he blows his conch shell, and Bhishma Pitamaha actually was even more powerful than Arjuna, and he blows his conch shell in a very mighty way, and just so that Duryodhana will feel that Bhishma Pitamaha is actually on his side and he's really fighting. And of course he did do that, right? So today is Tasya Sanjanayam Harsham Guru Vriddha Pitamaha Simhanadam vinatyoche Shankam dadmau pratapavan. So today we don't have, today's verse won't have tongue twisters, right? Tasya sanjanayam harsham kuru vrittaha pitamahaha simhanadam vinatyoche Shankam dadmau pratapavan. Tasya sanjanayam harsham kuru vrittaha pitamahaha simhanadam vinatyoche Shankam dadmau pratapavan. And looking at the word meanings here, and we'll just go here and look at it from the Bhagavad-gita to get some variety here. So tasya would mean for his, right? So whose is his? It is Duryodhan. Okay. So verse number 12, tasya is his. Then sanjanayam is increasing. So sanjanayan means to increase more and more and more. Harsham, cheerfulness. Kuru Vriddaha, the grandsire of the Kuru dynasty Bhishma. Pitamahaha, the grandfather. Simhanadam, roaring sound, like that of a lion. Simha, right? Nadam is the sound. Vinadya is vibrating, and Uche is very loudly, right? So Vinadyoche. So when this A and this U, they combine together from these two words, then it becomes a O, as we see over here. So Vinadyoche, right? Uchehi. And then Shankham is conch shell, simple. Dadmau is blue. Pratapwan means the valiant. So the valiant grandfather Bhishma. And so he blew his conch shell. And how did he blow it? And the sound that came out was like the roaring of a lion. And what did that do? It to increase the cheerfulness of Duryodhan. Then Bhishma, the great valiant grandsire of the Kuru dynasty, the grandfather of the fighters, blew his conch shell very loudly. Vinadya Uchehi, very loudly, making a sound like the roar of a lion. What's the roar of a lion here in the Sanskrit?
Simhanadam.
Simhanadam, exactly right. Giving Duryodhan joy. So what was joy here?
Harsham.
Harsham. Very good. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The grandsire of the Kuru dynasty could understand the inner meaning of the heart of his grandson Duryodhan. Natural compassion for him. He tried to cheer him by blowing his conch. Indirectly, by the symbolism of the conch shell, he informed his depressed grandson Duryodhan that he had no chance of victory in the battle because the Supreme Lord Krishna was on the other side. But still, it was his duty to conduct the fight, and no pains would be spared in that connection because he was bound to his duty there. So going over the synonyms one more time. Tasya is his, Sanjanayan is increasing. Increasing what? Harsham, cheerfulness. Who? Kuru Vriddha, the grandsire of the Kuru dynasty. Pitamaha, the grandfather. Simhanadam, roaring sound like that of a lion. Vinadya, vibrating. How? Very loudly. Uchehi. What? Shankham, conch shell. What did he do? But Dadmau is to blew. Dadmau. The dha. So this is a da, soft D, and a dha. So Dadmau. Dadmau. Blew. Pratapwan, the valiant. Okay. So
Mataji, can I just ask? So just now you did say Uchehi. So it is Uchehi, right?
yes, Uchehi. Yeah. Vinadya Uchehi. Yeah. It is I and there is a ha. It's like that. Uchehi. Okay. So yeah. So let's go back to our breakup that we have. So tasya sanjanayan harsham kuru vridhaha pitamahaha simhanadam vinadyochehi shankham dadmau pratapavan. Okay. And let's see, do we have the names of everybody captured? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who am I missing here? 6. Okay, we have got 6 here. Okay, so Tapa, one?
Yes, Mataji. Tash ya shan ja na yan har sham kuru vridhaha pita mahaha shimha na dam vi na dyak cha hi shan kham dat mau pra ta pa van.
Pratapavan. Okay, very good.
Mataji, Veena Dyok means
Vina, no, there is no ka. C is always a cha.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Vina
can you just
Dyot.
okay, Dyok.
Yeah, Vina Dyot. Vina Dyot. Vina Dyot cha. Vina
Okay.
Dyot and then chai.
J.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chai, yeah. Okay. Okay, who's next? Priya?
Tasya
Go ahead.
Simhanadam Vinayadyo cha Sang
Shankam? I don't know, did we lose her? Priya?
yeah, sorry, the connection keeps going off and on, Mataji, sorry.
Okay, no problem.
I'll join from another device. So
Okay.
I'll just leave and join from another device.
Okay. Okay, let's go. Suruchi?
Tasya sanjanayan harsham guru vridhaha pitamaha simha nadam vinadyoch chai shan kam da dhamau pratapavan.
Yeah. So when you say that together, I think it will come nicely. This is dad. Dad, right? Because there's no A
Dadmau.
here. There's no A here at the end of it.
Okay.
Right? Dadmau, yeah.
Okay.
Dadmau. Shankham, like shank, right?
That
Dadmau, yeah.
okay.
All right. So here also sing Dadmau. You see, there is a double there. So O, Au. So
Yes,
Dadmau.
Dadmau.
Dadmau, okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Who's next? Sadhana Mataji? Yeah.
Tasya sanjanayan harsam guru vridhaha pita mataha shimha na dam vina dyochahi sankam dad mau pratapavan.
Okay, good, very good. Aruni, go ahead.
Tasya sanjanayan harsham puru vriddaha pitamaha simha nadam vina yochaihi shankam dadmau pratapavan.
Very nice. Neeral Prabhu, Neeral or Khyati, who's there or both?
Prabhuji, I am here.
Oh, very good. Go ahead.
Mataji, sorry. Tasya sanjanayan harsam guru vridhaha pita maha simha nadam vinadyo chai sankham dadmau pratapavan.
Pratapavan, right here. And this, the first one, this S here has got a accent on it. So it is Sha, Shankham, right?
Oh,
Shank,
Shankar.
Sha,
Thank you.
Shaljam, right? Shankham. Here. Okay, very good. Okay, good to have you here.
Tasya Shan Ja Nayan Har Sham Guru Vriddha Pita Mahaha Shimha Nadam Vina Dachahi Chai Shankham Dhatmau Pratapavan.
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 Pavan. Okay, good. Priya Mataji, I don't know if she joined us back again.
Yeah, I joined them.
Okay, good, good.
Tasya Sanjanayan Harsham.
Go ahead, it's your turn.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I think first 3 words were lost, but try again.
Oh, okay. Tasya Sanjanayan Harsham Kuru Vriddha Pitamaha Simha Nadam Vina Dyochaha Shankam Dhatmau Pratapavan.
Yeah. So few things I wanted to point out to everybody, right? So this is HA, and then there's a H in the end with a dot, right?
Okay.
Here also there is a H in the end, has a dot. Now, when there's a H in the end, right? So there is an emphasis there, because when there is a H with a dot, there's an emphasis that has to be played in how you pronounce it. It's a ha, but there's a emphasis there, right? It's like those who follow the script, you know that there is a ha over here, and there is an emphasis that these 2 dots are emphasizing it, right? Similarly, these 2 dots over here are emphasizing it, right?
Okay.
Similarly, there is a ha here also, H is here also, but there is no dots in front of it, so we do not emphasize. So you see here we are saying Harsham, right? So H is pronounced just like that, har, like that, right? Harsham. And then here there is Pitama, H-A here, and there is I. So you have to look at the vowel before it. And so the vowel before it gets emphasized with a, sound at the end of it. Here also the vowel before it is I. So there's a different vowel. There's a A and there is a I, right? And again, going back to the script. So Pitamaha, right? So the Pitamaha, right? Haha. Say, everybody say haha.
Haha.
Haha. Right? Pitamaha. Right? So Matamaha, right? But here, before the H, there is an I, right? So it's a little bit difficult, right? So if you look at this, Vinadyo Chahi, right? So Chahi, it is not Vinadyo Chahi. If it was just a Chai, if there was no dots, then you wouldn't have pronounced this, and you would have just said Vinadyo Chai, right? But then there is a H with a dot here, so Vinadyo Chahi. So there's a little H that you bring. With practice, it'll come. But I just wanted to point that out thing over here, right? So Simhanadam Vinadyo Chahi Shankham Datmau Pratapavan. Okay, so let's go. Who's coming next? Suruchi Mataji. Go ahead. Keep that in mind and read with your eyes.
Tasya Sanjaya Nayan Harsham Guru Vriddha Pitam
Viddaha.
Viddaha
Viddaha. Yeah, good.
Pitamaha Simhanadam Vinadyuchahi Shankham Dadhamau Pratapavan.
Very nice.
Tasya Sanjanayan Harsam Guru Vriddha Pritamaha Haha Simha Nadam Vinadyochahi Shankam Dadmau Pratapavan.
Pratapavan, very nice. Okay, Arni Mataji.
Tasya sanjayan harsham kuru vriddha pitamaha simhanadam vinatyochaihi shankam dadmau pratapavan.
Right. Good. How about this word again? Give us this word in the beginning. The second word. Aruni?
Sorry, I was muted. Sanjanayan.
Sanjanayan. Yeah, very good. Okay. Then Neeral Prabhu. Is Neeral with us? Yeah, go ahead, Prabhu.
Harsam.
Harsham.
Yeah. Harsham.
I don't know. I'm not able to hear him. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Tasya sanjanayan harsham kuru vriddha pitamaha simhan anadam. One second. Simhan anadam vinadyo cha
Jahi.
vyachai shankham dadharma mau pratapavan.
Pratapavan. Very nice.
Sorry.
Okay. So now we'll go for the full one. Sutapa Mataji.
Tasya sanjanayam harsham kuru vriddha pitamaha simhanadam vinadukjahi shankham dadmau pratapavan.
Very nice. Okay. Priya Mataji.
Tasya sanjanayan harsham kuru vriddha pitamaha simhanadam vinadyochai shankam dadmau pratapavan.
Very nice. Okay. Suruchi.
Tasya sanja nayan harsham guru riddhaha pitamaha simha nadam vinadyokchay sankham dadamau pratapavan.
Yes. Not Dada. Dadmo.
Dadmau
Dadmo. Yeah.
Dadmau pratapavan.
Pratapavan. Okay. Very nice. Sadhana Mataji.
Tasya sanjanayam harsham guru vriddha pitamaha sorry, simhanadam vinadyochaihi sankam dadamau pratapavan.
Dadmo. Say Dadmo. Dadmo.
Dadmau.
Dadmo, right? There's no A here, right? So that there'll be no emphasis there at all. Dadmo. Dadha, Dadhi. Okay, Shankham. There's an accent here. Shankham Dadmo Pratapavan. Okay, Aruni Mataji.
Tasya sanjanayam harsham kuru vriddha pitamaha simhanadam vinatyochaihi shankam dadmau pratapavan.
Very nice. Neera Prabhu. Oops. What happened? Lost. Okay.
Yeah. Tasya sanjanayana harsham kuru vriddha pitamaha simhanadam vinadyo chaihi shankha dadhamau pratapavan.
Pratapavan. Shankham Dadmau Pratapavan. All right. And then, yeah, try that again.
Shankham dadhamau pratapavan.
Pratapavan. Okay. And I see Garima has joined us. Garima Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji. Tasya sanjanayan harsham kuru vriddha pitamaha simhanadam vinadyochai शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान्
प्रतापवान् तस्य सञ्जनयन् हर्षं कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्य च हि शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान्. Okay, now trying again with Sutapa Mataji.
तस्या सञ्जनयन् हर्षं कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनदक्ष हि शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान्.
Pratapavan. Okay, very nice. Priya?
तस्य सञ्जनायन् हर्षं कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान्.
Very nice. Suruchi?
तस्य सञ्जनयन् हर्षं कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान्.
Very nice. Sadhanaji?
तस्य सञ्जनयन् हर्षं कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः संहानादं विनाद्योच्चैः शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान्.
Very nice. Arunimataji?
तस्य सञ्जनयं हर्षं कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान्.
Pratapavan tasya sanjanayan harsham kuru vridhaha pitamahaha simhanadam vinatyochahi shankham dadmau pratapavan. And who's coming next? Neeral Prabhu.
तस्य सञ्जनयन् हर्षं कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान्.
Shankham vinadyochahi. Vinadyochahi. Okay, good. Yeah, I know you have your handful. Garima Mataji.
तस्य सञ्जनयन् हर्षं कुरु वृद्धा पितामहः सिंहनादं विनाद्योच्चैः शङ्खं ददामो प्रतापवान्.
Dadmau. Say dadmau.
दद्मौ
Dadmau. Yeah, dadmau. You see, the half dha, right? Half dha is there. So we cannot say dadha because half dha is there, right? Dadmau. Au matra. Au is there. Dadmau. So just, something for us, all of us to observe, again, just pointing it out. So there's an N over here. So Sanjanayan and not Nayana, Sanjanayam, right? There's a difference. There's an N, but this is a Harsham for sure. And this is Nadam for sure. This is Shankham for sure, right? So these are ending in a M. And this one is ending in a N, right? N for Nancy. Okay. And let's do the last round together here. Starting with Sutapa.
तस्या सञ्जनयन् हर्षं कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनदक्ष हि शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान्.
Pratapavan. Very nice. Okay. Priya?
तस्य सञ्जनायन् हर्षं कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान्.
Pratapavan. Very nice. Suruchi?
तस्य सञ्जनयन् हर्षं कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनोदच्चैः शङ्खं दद्मौ Pratapavan.
Pratapavan. All right. And Sadhana Mataji.
Tasya sanjanayan harsham guru vrittaha pitamahaha simhanadam vinadyochahi shankam dadmau pratapavan.
Pratapavan. And you see over here, there is, after the N, there is no A. It is not Pratapavana, although you pronounce it correctly, Sadhana, but I'm just pointing this out to others. And those who understand the script, you see there is an N with a, a accent below it, which means that it is not an accent, actually, it is cutting it. That there is very little emphasis on the vowel there. So actually there's no vowel attached to it. It's a pure N. So Pratapavan and not Vana, like that, right? Okay. So similarly for Sanjanayan, so N over here is just N, simple N, because it's a half N over here. Like that, right? Okay, very good. Now let's go to Aruni Mataji.
Tasya sanjanayan harsham guru vrittaha pitamahaha simhanadam vinatyochaihi shankam dadmau pratapavan.
Very nice. Neeral Prabhu?
Tasya sanjanayana harsham Kuru Vriddaha Pitamahaha Simhanadam Vinadyochaihi Shankam Dadmau Pratapavan.
Pratapavan. Very nice. Garima?
Tasya sanjanayan harsham Guru Vriddha Pitamaha Simhanadam Vinadyakshe Shankam Dadamu Pratapavan.
Pratapavan. All right, all of us together. Tasya
Sanjayana harsham Guru Vriddha Pitamaha Simhanadam Vinodyakshe Shankam Dadmau Pratapavan.
Pratapavan. All right, very good, very good. Today's verse was a nice, interesting verse, and all of you did a fantastic job actually today. So I'll take your leave now. And
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Mataji, just a quick thing. Kavi joined today specifically because it's Mother's Day, and
we wanted to say thank you to you, Mataji.
And
thank you to all the devotees also for all your prayers. This is my first.
we can't see you, Mataji. Okay, now we can. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's the orientation. Yeah, it's the orientation. All right, somebody's self-service mode, huh? Yeah, you're welcome. We are so happy. This is the first Mother's Day for Khyati as a mother.
yeah.
But it is not complete without saying thank you for all your blessings and prayers that you did to have her. And we pray today that
Happy Mother's
I continue to serve her in the right mood and give her.
She's agreeing with you. She's dancing. She's agreeing with you.
So today, Mataji, she woke up at 5:30 to make sure we come to the classes.
Because yesterday,
Wow.
Kathy said that I want to join and thank especially the Shraddha Mataji and the devotees for their blessings, because of which she is here. And otherwise, waking up in the evening at midnight and all that 1 or 2 times, it's not possible to wake up at 6:30. This time she made sure she didn't sleep after 5:30 or 6 o'clock and made sure we are awake. So at least we think about it, and at least she made it happen for us. That's how we are looking at it.
Very good. We have to be thankful to Krishna, who is the universal mother for everybody. Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
and good
Shraddha.
luck,
Hare
everybody.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Danvatanam. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Sitanam Pavanebhyo,
Pavanebhyo,
Vaishnavebhyo,
Vaishnavebhyo,
Namaha. Happy Mother's Day,
Krishna.
everybody. Those of you
Thank
joining
you.
us here
Manante
on,
Hari Hari Bol.
on Facebook, as well as those of you who are joining us here on.
Hari Bol.
Have a fantastic rest of the day. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.